Hey, I'm Brian, this is Steve, and we're going to tell you how we wrote our first ever #1 single, Hurricane.
Believe me that a storm is coming!
You can hear the emotion in Eric's voice where it almost felt like he was screaming for his life.
With your life on the line! Believe me that the storm is coming down!
I was coming off a vocal injury. I had a vocal doctor tell me, you need to come off the road immediately. And I don't know why I draw my mind in everything they say.
All right, have Hurricane up.
This is taking me back right now.
This is a trip down memory lane. Tyler Smith, our great friend and great producer, he's like so good with electronics and synths and so much. We kind of built this first synth pad I'm gonna play here. We knew this intro needed some layer to really be enticing and like sound done. So we landed on this layer.
The second I heard that synth bed, I knew we were going to be able to write melodies for days over it, and that really happened.
We wanted to write like from the mindset that we were the biggest band in the world. I think we were trying to envision like Wembley Stadium. It allowed us to kind of transport mentally to that headspace and try to write something that was just really big.
The emotion this is bringing out of me, it makes me want to write lyrics that really mean a lot.
Okay, so we're gonna roll into this verse here.
Tell me I was never good enough. Remind me of the demons that I've been running from.
I remember writing that line by line, me, you, and Tyler, and I feel like we didn't really have to think too hard about a lot of this. Like,
No,
it just
came
kind of like
super
wrote itself.
easy.
Musically, we start to bring in a little bit of instrumentation over this synth bed here. Just a lot of atmosphere. Well, let's listen to your vocal for a second.
Tell me I was never good enough. Remind me of the demons that I've been running from.
It was really refreshing to be able to come in and have a bed of music to work over where I could have a nice, light, airy vocal tone.
You really were able to showcase like a much softer side of your voice, which
100%.
I think was huge for this song.
The crazy thing with this is I was coming off a vocal injury on the Lifelines album. We had toured on it a bunch. We had played Warped Tour. I think there was a stretch of 19 shows in 20 days. I came off that and suffered a really bad vocal injury to the point where I had a vocal doctor tell me, you have a polyp on your vocal cord and you need to come off the road immediately, and took me into a very dark place to a point where I didn't even know if I wanted to sing again. But it also was really refreshing to, once going through that and starting to get my voice back, hopping in the studio and writing these songs and really having a true passion of coming in and saying, I know what I want to write about. I want to talk about trauma, which actually was the title of the record that the song is on.
Yeah, I remember all that, man. And I think like one of the most kind of telling places we took the song was the pre-chorus.
Lately, I don't give a fuck, 'cause I can't be myself when I'm with anyone.
We've used profanity before, but it was always in heavy songs.
I feel like, in the heavier songs when you say it, it's really cool, but it's in an angry sense, where this was more of a, lately I don't give a fuck. Like, lately I've just been down and out. And I mean, even I remember so many of the people at the label and whatnot that listened to this, because we didn't know. We're like, are you guys sure that this is cool? And everyone's like, this lyric, it hits me at my soul.
Yeah. Well, let's listen to the chorus really quick.
Hitting me like a hurricane, hitting me like a tidal wave, and I don't know why I draw my mind in everything they say.
I think we did a great job, like, just bringing a lot of energy with the rhythm section of the song. I'm just gonna play the just the bassline rhythm of the chorus guitars. If you're gonna be writing like somewhat mainstream music, you're gonna be writing in these chord progressions and just trying to like keep layering guitars until they sound special in some way.
If you have a riff and you're like, this feels great, or you have a strumming pattern that you say, wow, all melody flows over this great, don't overthink it.
I just want to hear your vocal takes on this chorus.
This was the highest vocal I had ever done.
And I think the take we're about to play here was actually the first take you did in Tyler's apartment.
Yeah, I think when I went up to the mic, I wasn't ever thinking this was going to be the final. Yeah, no.
Hitting me like a hurricane, hitting me like a tidal wave,
And I don't know why I draw my mind in everything they say.
Like, you're able to keep so much grit and soul in your voice at that range.
You really felt the passion and the rawness of that vocal coming out.
Another thing I think really like helps bring this chorus together is the rhythm section and the drums.
Hit me like a hurricane, hitting me like a tidal wave. And I don't know why
I always get so hyped with it live right here.
I feel like that beat just really, it's in between double time and halftime, you know, so it has that like extra energy to it, and I feel like it just like fit into the vocals so well and allows the chorus to not be this like super indulgent ballady thing and allows it to be like live in this more like energetic space.
Yeah, it's simple, but at the same time it really just brings that energy you were talking about.
You have to think big to be able to write parts like this because it's like they're so simple, but
Lately, I don't give a fuck, cause I can't be myself when I'm with anyone.
And I know a lot of drummers that would have wanted to go all over that thing, and it would have totally taken the melody from an A to a C, in my opinion.
yeah. Let's keep going to the second verse here.
Tell me that I'm lost inside my mind. Shout, but it's pulling me under. Remind me I've been searching for something I won't find.
I think the thing we really accomplished here that was a challenge was we were able to work Eric in.
I was just gonna say
Like,
that.
I reach out, but it's pulling me under.
Yeah, that's sick. I like that. You gotta like sigh with it almost. Like,
Reach out, but it's pulling me under.
We knew we wanted the song to likely get heavier in the bridge, and that was going to be a big Eric focus part of the
great
song.
way to introduce him. I think the lyric, I reach out but it's pulling me under, I get chills. I think it's a perfect compliment to what I'm doing.
Let's listen to these vocals really quick.
Tell me that I'm lost inside my
I
mind.
reach out, but it's pulling me under.
Remind me I've been searching for something I won't find.
Eric and I as vocalists have always been big on trying to develop our voices and be able to sing, be able to rap, be able to scream, be able to do all these different things. That's something that I look very fondly back on, is just adding these nice little vocal layers. There's a nice ooh ah.
Tell him to speak it better. You know, that's why I like you.
And again, first time we ever really tried stuff like this on this record.
Yeah, just all the right tweaks to the layers that just make it feel, you know, familiar, but also fresh at the same time.
With your life on the line, ready to die for something. When you're wrapped and divide, and you're down to nothing.
We just wanted to, number one, make a cohesive transition there that allowed us to go from the chorus into something that was heavy, so we kind of landed on these like doing stabs right out of the gate. You know, the dun 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 dun.
Breaking down, my biggest thing with this is we set up a meter that is in the beginning. It's like da 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 da. Da, 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 da. Yeah, that's the meter. Like, I feel like when we don't deliver on it, that's why it's feeling weird.
I feel like one cool just kind of nuance about this part is we were able to like do like kind of a typical like we'll do like we call it tension lead, you know, it's just on the root note and kind of bending. Just sets kind of an ominous vibe, but I love this guitar tone.
With your life on the line, ready to die for something. When you're wrapped and divide, and you're down to nothing. Look into my eyes.
I mean, so sick.
Yes.
One thing I think he was really cool about this part is he kind of like added some melody almost. You can hear it in the.
With your life on the line, ready to die for something.
And I love the lyrics too, you know, when he says, with your life on the line, ready to die for something. You know, after you put out a successful record like we did with Lifelines, it's very scary going to your next one, because a lot of people call that the make or break record. You can hear the emotion in Eric's voice where it almost felt like he was screaming for his life.
We're coming out of the build up here. We're gonna deliver this thing.
Really when everything pops.
Believe me that the storm is coming.
So let's break down this first part here. We kind of started off with this riff and wrote the build up backwards. Tyler was working in the basement, so we would be in the basement a lot working. And I was trying to convince you guys that a key change for this whole bridge was okay. And we were able to make it work.
It could be like different, you know. The storm is coming down. Or something, you know, I don't know.
For us, our best riffs are simple, and they just have to have one or two things that make it feel like we thought about it and put the right amount of like just a touch of uniqueness into it. And I feel like we were able to find that with like just some of like the high bendy string
yeah, and
noise
I love
things,
that.
you know? I think doing a down chorus out of a big breakdown gives you a chance to show off the cool layers and production and stuff like that.
It hit me like a hurricane. It hit me like a tidal wave. And I don't know why I drown my mind in everything they say.
I think going right back into the big chorus would have been too quick and wouldn't allow the listener to have the time to digest what they had just heard.
So with any song, you have to figure out how to end it.
Yes.
So coming out of the third chorus here, we're gonna go into kind of a re-breakdown. And then we're gonna do
Nice airy vocal.
back to the pre-chorus.
Being able to end on that note, I think, was a perfect reflection of what the song is as a whole, and showing people that, you know, you're kind of able to do something a little bit different.
I think like this soft outro was one of my favorite things we did to the song, because it like highlighted one of my favorite parts, which was the pre-chorus, and that part felt so strong that I'm like, man, it feels like it could be the focus of a song somewhere. Putting it in the outro in this like stripped down context, and we actually even do like a slight tempo ramp and like
Kind of like slows down.
really indulge this this section. I feel like we couldn't have written a stronger ending.
And the fact that this song being the first song we wrote with Tyler, and one of the first songs we had written for the Trauma record as a whole, turned into a #1 single, was able to help us get a Grammy nomination, led to so many live shows that, you know, we played to bigger audiences than I think we ever really imagined we would have. I think that's a testament to kind of the songwriting that was put into it and the emotion that was put into it, and it's a song that I don't see coming off the set list for a long, long time.
Very true. Maybe never. Well, good job, bro. We did it.